Hi. You may notice something a little bit different about me. Um, this and this and this and this. I promise you this is not a gag for the subject of this video. What happened is that I watched a movie and then I decided to partake in some skincare. Now, I think it's important to note that I did a skin patch test. Okay, I did. I tested it on 3 places. I tested it on my leg, I tested it on my arm, I tested it on my face, and it was fine. And I have been using this Palmer's healing and softening lotion for the past 4 days. That's 4. I can count. Really. Sorry, my face is burning. It really is. It really sucks. So, I don't know what happened. On the 4th day, this is what happened. I don't know why or how it happened when I did a skin test and like everything was fine. This is what you do when you have very sensitive skin. You like vigorously test everything to make sure that this doesn't happen. And it didn't happen for a couple days at least. So, that being said, if you can manage to deal with this, great. Let's talk about the movie Grafted. Filmed in 2024, came out in 2025. It is a story of a shy, awkward Chinese woman who is accepted to the medical research program at a university in New Zealand. So there's this whole bit in the beginning with her father setting up a bunch of stuff. It's really cute. And then he does this thing and dies. Not gonna spoil it for you. It's pretty gnarly. This is pretty heavy on the body horror. If the substance was too much for you, you don't want to watch this because I'd say it's on the same level of body horror and just the sound design, the really intense kind of nauseating sound design. Um, it's well directed, it's well acted. This woman, actually, I mean, I guess she's in university, so she's a woman. She has a birthmark on the left side of her face, and everybody treats her like. So I watch this movie, I do my skincare, this happens. I mean, her birthmark is purpley. About here, it's a little raised. But I mean, even if it was like separating pustules, there was no reason for these people to treat this poor woman the way they do. Like, oh my gosh, it's so awkward. And as somebody with a physical deformity, it's like because people get really weird around noticeable differences. Like, I've had people like basically grab me and try to straighten my spine. Just gotta tell you, that's not gonna work. It's never worked and it never will. Um, but anyway, oh, wait until I tell you about what people do with my toes. You know what? No, no, I am not going to appease the foot fetishists. No. Okay, so actually, this girl, her name is Wei Ling, and it's just like a culture class because she's very respectful of her Chinese heritage and the people she's living with who are her aunt and her cousin. Uh, the father just left in the middle of renovating a house. Like, I just, oh, behavior. But anyway, so the aunt, the has a daughter named Angela who is like a snooty biatch but has like massive abandonment issues because her mom's like, honestly, the boxes she had, it looked like Mary Kay. So there's that level, if that's what the movie was intending on portraying. I'm not sure. By the way, I'd like to point out that I also put the lotion on my neck, and like, there's nothing wrong. So, and actually, I did it on my arm too. Like, I did it here. I mean, it's been washed off because, like, when I realized what was happening, um, sorry, I'm very distracted by this. This is distracting me. Um, I felt a burning in my face. That's how I realized this. And I was like, well, sometimes I get hot flashes. I've gotten hot flashes since I was 14 years old. So it's like, okay, fine. But it was like in this very specific area. And usually when I get hot flashes, it's like all over my body. It like feels like sweat's about to leak out from every orifice possible. It's a disgusting feeling. Um, People are like, wait till you get hot flashes. Joke's on you, bucko. But anyway, so it just goes on, and these people are so mean to her. There's Angela's friends with two other girls. One girl is like nasty as nasty can be, even nastier than Angela. And then there's this other girl, and I have no idea what she's doing with these people because she actually seems like a decent. Like, I don't understand how they would become friends because, like, she actually seems to care. Like, and at this point, it's like the minimum of basic human decency. But even that's too much for Eve and Angela to partake in. So, this movie gets nasty in the best way possible if you are a body horror fan. There is an eye penetrating scene. So if you don't like eye stuff, don't watch this movie. Um, I had a bunch of screenshots too, but they all were bad. Like, I should have just like captured clips of the movie and then screenshot that, but I didn't think of it. Um, I want to get this video out quickly because my face is burning and this is not fun. Darn it, if I can make content, I will make content. Is it getting worse? I told myself that, like, if it didn't get better in an hour, I would go downstairs because, like, this burning is intense. So, anyway, you know what? I'm not gonna cut that out. Normally, I would, like, my side rants. Like, my videos are usually, like, 45 minutes long, and then they end up being, like, 7 or 8 minutes. No, you're gonna get the whole shebang, but I'm being kinda quick, so maybe it'll seem like a regular video. I don't know. But anyway, so they're being horrible, and then something happened. And this is where we're getting into spoiler territory. Okay? And I'm gonna talk about, like, because to go into some of the issues, you have to understand exactly what's going on in this movie and why I had kind of a problem with it. And if you tell me, repeat to yourself, it's just a movie and you should just really relax. Absolutely not. If you are going to have a movie based on science, it needs to stick to that. There needs to be reasons for why these things are happening. Okay? You got that cool? Awesome. Okay, so spoilers incoming. Wei accidentally kills Angela after she messed with an altar to her father, which is hugely disrespectful. It was an accident. But then after a while, she's like, hey, I can use this formula and I can take her face. Which is pretty deranged thing to think. But also, like, I get it as somebody with a physical deformity. Like, sometimes you just want to escape your body, even though technically what's wrong with you is the way people are treating you. Because, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. It's like she just has this birthmark, which apparently everybody hates and decides that must be hidden because it's purple. Personally, I thought it was kind of pretty, but I have a cursed spine, so what do I know? Um, so I do get just wanting people to not stare at you, or like the pitying looks, or even worse, the pitying looks, then the people look ill, and then they lean over to the person next to them and they whisper. That's that's not fun to deal with. Um, so anyway, she ends up killing Angela. It's an accident. And then she basically lives as Angela. It's very confusing because, and again, more spoilers, in the beginning her dad basically put a patch of skin that he injected him with the formula and just slapped it on his face and it started growing over him. The skin, like excess skin, and I think that she was trying to give him a tracheotomy, and it ended up severing his throat because there's a lot of blood. Couldn't really see it. My vision's terrible. Um, but yeah, so that's how he died. So the only reason logically I can think that happened is that because he had skin under it, it was like, okay, I don't know when to stop growing. Like, basically, the stem cells in the tissue sample he had was like, I don't know how to stop. And then, for some reason, with the whatever from the corpse flower, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is like the very clear boundary of flesh, so I'll stop growing. That isn't constant through the movie because apparently this stem cell thing can turn you white and give you a couple of inches of height. Yeah, it just, I don't understand how that would even happen. Like, it doesn't make sense because that kind of stem cell transplant wouldn't affect your bone structure. It wouldn't change like the fold in the eyes to make you a white woman. It just like, just thinking about it, it's just like, what? I'm sorry, but and keep in mind, I really did enjoy this movie. It's just that things like that made me stop and like what? I'm sorry, could there be an rational explanation for why this is happening? Like, if you told me that for some reason the corpse flower in the serum and like she injected into her spine or something, okay, then it has magic growing power. Sure, why not? I mean, that really wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, but also it wouldn't be like, okay, that literally doesn't make any sense at all. Like, there would be some consistent logic to it, which there really isn't. Um, it's actually one of the problems I had with the substance, which I understood to a point, but then I was just like, from a human anatomy and biology stance, that makes absolutely no sense at all. And I would really like an explanation. So, what were your thoughts on Grafted? I'd really like to know because I'd really like to talk to people about this. Yeah, so anyway, that's all. My face is still burning, so I'm gonna wait a while, and if it doesn't feel better, I'm gonna go downstairs and be like, should I worry? Okay. Have a happy day. Keep it fruity. Bye.